So I wanted to do a video about morality, and I figured what better way to do a video than to devise a test. So in this corner, Jesus of Nazareth, and in this corner, me. Now I'm sure many of you are saying, "Oh, how can you be so arrogant to compare yourself to Jesus?" And that this is blasphemous. This is horrible that I'm even thinking of doing this. But the Bible does say that you should follow his example. It also says that you should compare yourself to him. So I'm really doing nothing different than what many Christians do whenever they wear WWJD bracelets, because whenever they consider their moral actions, they look at that bracelet and they do compare their actions to Christ's actions, their morality, what they say and what they think to what Christ said. So let's start with the Beatitudes. They seem like a good enough place to start. Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." I say it probably isn't a good thing to be poor in spirit, but overall this is just a hope giver, and I'm okay with that. Jesus says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." I say it's not fun to mourn, and it's a healthy process in order to mourn, and the end result usually is comfort or some kind of satisfaction. So I can agree with this. Jesus said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." This is the same kind of thing as when Moses was said that to be meek above all of other men. It really doesn't make too much sense because it goes against the definition of meek itself. Jesus said, "Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled." I say, this is a good thing. I agree. Jesus said, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." Good job, Jesus. I agree with you on this one also. Jesus said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." I say, I'm not so sure about the seeing God thing, but to be pure in heart is very good, so I agree. Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Once again, I say, good job, Jesus. I agree with this. I think that peacemakers are a great thing, and everybody should try to do that. Jesus said, "Blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." I say, once again, I'm not so sure about the kingdom of heaven part, but the ones that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, I can agree with that. I can agree with that because it's standing up for what you believe in, and if that includes martyrdom, it's not a good thing in my opinion, but at the same time, it's good that you stand up for your beliefs no matter what, even in the face of death. That's very admirable. Jesus said, "Blessed are ye when men revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you for my sake." Well, this one's a little bit different than the others because it doesn't have a second clause. It just says that you're blessed for people hating you basically, but it doesn't say what comes after that. The other ones say, "Blessed are you because of this." Yeah, blessed are these people because they'll get this in return. This one doesn't have a "you'll get this in return" clause. And on the other aspect, I don't really agree with this one because if people do hate you, they're going to treat you in a horrible way, so you're not really going to be blessed at all. Jesus said, "Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." I say, good job, Jesus. Once again, I agree. I think that there's not enough love in this world for other people. I think that people are too selfish. I think that there's a little area in there where smart selfish is a good thing, but too many people take this to an extreme, so there really isn't enough love going around, and I agree with you on this one. Jesus said, "You have heard that thou shalt not kill, but I say unto you that whoever is angry with his brother without just cause shall be in danger of the same judgment." I say anger and killing are completely two different things. And I think that jumping into this with such audacity to lump anger and killing within each other is almost thought police-like, and I do not agree with it. Jesus said, "You have heard, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever look on a woman with lust has already committed adultery in his heart." I say that this is the same thing as before, where it's a little bit of thought police. To think an impure thought is much different from actually doing it. And I think that someone should be given credit for having that impure thought and not acting on it. And it's only unpure because of the context we're taking it in. Who says that it really is unpure to do any of these things? I'm not advocating it, but at the same time, I am saying that they are not the same thing. And I think the fact that you choose to not perform that action because of your own morality is something that is good. Jesus said, "You have heard an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that you not resist evil. But whoever shall smite on thee on thy right cheek, you should turn the other cheek." I say, I'm sorry, Jesus, but I disagree a little bit on this one. I think that's a little bit masochistic in order to just accept things as they are. Now, are there situations where you should turn the other cheek? Yes, certainly. I'm sure that you yourself watching this video can think of tons of reasons where just turning the other cheek would be, the smart thing to do. Indeed, forgive and forget. But there are other circumstances where you should stand up for yourself. You should put your foot down and say how you feel, what you think. And I think that this is a little bit against what he's saying there, and I just can't get behind this one. I think that in some circumstances, yes, he's right, but I think in other circumstances that you should stand up for yourself. Jesus said, "If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you ought to wash one another's feet." I say, I think people should wash their own feet. Jesus said, "Take no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself." I say, you most certainly should think of tomorrow, because it directly affects you, because you will be there tomorrow, unless something horrible happens to you. But even if that does happen, someone will be here. And that you should think about these things, that this kind of thinking is what's pushed humanity into the predicament it's in now. On a personal level, I think that this is kind of a good thing because it tells you to live for the moment, and that's good, I agree with that. But at the same time, you should think about what your actions will cause, the effects that will come out of them, because they may affect you, and they most certainly will affect someone else. Jesus said, "Let he who among you is without sin cast the first stone." I say that ethically, we shouldn't be punished for our transgressions. That instead of having this cleanup of, oh, you did something wrong, and so you got to be punished for it, that instead we nurture people to know what is right. We reward good behavior. If you reward good behavior enough, then you don't really have to punish bad behavior that much because it doesn't happen as much. Yeah, you should punish bad behavior whenever it's known to be bad, but if a child does something wrong and they don't know it's wrong, do you just automatically punish them? No, you have to explain to them why it's wrong. But on the other side, I do like the fact that he pointed out other people's mistakes and said that there are people among you who have done horrible things, and that this woman is no different from you, and that you should, forgive and forget in a sort of way. And this kind of parallels with the whole judge no one else, and I am totally in agreement with that. Jesus said, "But my enemies, who would not have me reign over them, bring them before me and slay them here before me." Now, a lot of people think that there's some context in this, and I have done a little bit of reading before and after the fact, and Jesus is not speaking in a parable right here. This is a story about Jesus going to Jericho and meeting a man named Zacchaeus. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's my best attempt. Anyway, Zacchaeus goes ahead and treats the Lord as good as he can. He gives him all kinds of good stuff. And Jesus says a couple things to him as far as what he should give. And this is in the middle of all of these demands in a way. I say, I'd prefer to not have any death in front of me. And even if there was death in front of me, I'd prefer to have it not be killing, because killing and death are a little bit different, because, somebody can get hit by a car. That's not really anyone's fault, unless the person in the car intentionally hit them. So that is what I think, and I really do want to hear what you have to say about it. I would like to actually do a couple more videos on morality, and more specifically ethics, because that's what it really is. So verily I say unto you, who is more moral?